flick there.
Yeah, ran into game, by the way. We're in Taiko Temple.
Yeah, we're ending the game. There are no breaks on this train.
It's stacks, missile prop, and we have an Atlas on pass. And they went. Is that wait? Is that no? I think that's Atlas. I think it's Atlas goalie. I think it's TRAJIIC on the Luna. They actually. So I was scrimming this team. I was warming them up for the past like hour or so. And pass, they picked double. They picked this. They didn't pick this. They picked IME though instead of the Luna. But they won. I mean, our comp was also kind of troll, but I believe in it enough. I think it's actually like pretty nice in the Mako. Also,
I've seen it.
So like they can all stun the Mako if they're projectiles. And they've already gone both barriers, and they're just breaking right through. Hungry Boy. I mean, Luke is finally going to secondary to hold them off, but it's looking a little scary. Pretty much a lot of signature picks, though, on the other end. We do see Twisty on the Zentaro. Luke has been playing a lot of Mako so far. A lot of Mako and Atlas, so no surprise there to see that locked in. But yeah, no, can't keep my eyes away from this this epic pass composition once again. They can't just pick normal.
Getting away with it.
They can't just. Why can't you be normal?
But hey, it's looking good. That was almost a real sexy goal. But the primary is going to be putting it in. Power chord, bang. And this boy is hungry for landing. No one's ever made that joke before. Send it.
Wait,
Thank
you.
Write
that down. Write that down.
Write that down fast.
Write that down. Write that down.
That's free coaching.
And Hungry Boy is really looking like he's going to return to form. write that. Wait.
He's gonna. They're cooked.
That was just straight up unlucky, like kind of, but not really. Like Twisty. It's more like Twisty got lucky, rather than that pass got unlucky. Because they just hit it at where Twisty was. But anyway. Yeah. Anyway.
It's been a long day. So we're still playing Omega Strikers out here. And it's
TRAJIIC!
Wow, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of comfort. And it looks like TRAJIIC is pretty comfortable on this Luna. It's just like
I didn't even know. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know TRAJIIC had a Luna at all.
Had it like that?
And they definitely didn't have it like this. Like, oh my, TRAJIIC! That was incredible! Layers all 3 abilities, including ult, in order to get that last barrier and put Luke at extremely low HP. Doxy also looking extremely low. Hungry Boy might be able to put a little bit more damage on there to find a KO, but instead is almost gonna find a goal there, but Mango's spaced very, very well. TRAJIIC's gonna miss the dash, which gives Twisty that 1v1 opportunity to put that in, but I'm still quite a believer in this past comp. I think it does counter the stacks a lot better since they're KOing them and they have no healing.
Yeah, it's the legendary Luna forward where you, I guess, play it like Juliet and just fish for dash punches, and it works. And
we've been watching it all day. Ian.
Yeah,
we've been watching ZZZ play that play Luna forward all day, and then ZZZ makes that look good. I tell you what.
Boy, I tell you what, he'd be hitting them. He'd be hitting them kills.
Again, those kills.
Oh, I really like the Atlas too, and like white toast, white bread. I keep saying white toast. I'm a freak. Real white bread take. Atlas missile prop. It's gonna be pretty good. You know what else is good? Estelle missile prop. Saying that they all took stacks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, stacks are quite good though too. Estelle period is quite good. We can also just say that. Doing a good job. Like once they get it in the corner, it's just Estelle can provide so much offensive pressure, so it's pretty rough. But TRAJIIC, good strike war there with the rocket, or not really strike with a rocket war. That's just real war. Like a rocket war. That's just what they be doing. But like on the other end, we don't really see that same like pressure come out. Like Device only has like that primary, but great flip, makes its way to TRAJIIC. He's going to grab that last barrier. Now Twisty has the flip. He's going to try to grab a second barrier with it, but a well-timed primary plus maybe even a strike from Hungry Boy is able to get that one out. Now TRAJIIC just needs to win one strike war versus Twisty, but decided, nah, we don't even need that. We're just going to go around and try to kill Twisty and use this offensive pressure very well. Gets through Doxy, but not through Luke. Now we're still looking for that damage. We're going to kind of swap the roles here. TRAJIIC, known midfielder before that, picking up the brawler. So we kind of see that in action there as Hungry Boy kind of shifts to that KOing role for a second. But now 2 staggered forwards versus TRAJIIC and Hungry Boy. It's just inevitable, and there's the first one. You could see a second KO, or we might just see a goal, but Doxy is now no longer staggered, so it's going to be a little bit harder, and they're actually going to be able to clear out through Pass's offense. And now Hungry Boy just isn't going to have many options. We're kind of seeing a little bit of the same issues as we saw with them last time they played on this map, except this time they just don't have someone to shove it in instead of 2 people to shove it in. So we'll have to see if Luna can fill that role, but Hungry Boy is going to find that KO. Now has that flip, can flip pass, can flip shoot. It's going to flip shoot, and that's going to be a second goal for Pass.
Hitting us with the 5th point right there. And yeah, really well played by Hungry Boy. He had a 50 there, and take the option that won. Or rather, they were covering the pass. It just looked like a better option. But yeah, like you said, this team is really struggling to like get someone to force it through the Mako, which they really need. But they'll give them long enough, and they'll get a KO. They'll get, you know, just the right bounce. They'll get TRAJIIC taking a trip to the other side of the field real quick, and it's with enough time, they can get it done. It's just hard.
Yeah, it is looking hard. They now, especially this barrier is so fast, it's going to be Twisty and Doxy both dashing in, just covering everything, able to grab that first set, which it is good. Obviously, you want to win every set. I'm thinking, is it especially good? Like, do they really, like, which team do I think is going to scale a little bit harder? And I think the damage on the other side will scale. So it being that close, if you're Pass, you can probably be like, it's not too bad that we lost this early, but it's also not quite that good because you are giving up like Egoist, Super Surge. We're going to see the Egoists go over there. I'm wondering what we're going to see pick up here. Maybe like Unstoppable plus damage, either Prize Fighter or Super Surge, which is exactly what we see. I honestly would have liked to see the Super Surge take on the Luna to also deny the Estelle. Dash range just being so good on Estelle, especially on this map, where the more you can dash, the more easily you can dash to the other side of the center drum. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. They did pick up Unstoppable. Oh! And a big KO right there. See, TRAJIIC with Prize Fighter, which could come into play pretty soon. Always has potential to make something happen if you have Prize Fighter. And Dunks is looking a little low.
Yeah, but does have that dash range. Was able to grab that last barrier due to it. The Super Surge helping out a little bit there, but good patience from Mangoes or Yummy are going to avoid Twisty's dash, but TRAJIIC not able to find that KO, but will find it with the ultimate. Now doesn't have dash and for the procure to score, but we'll just send a rocket to Luke and find the KO anyway.
Doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it. My bad. Grabs the first goal, and that's scary. Because that's 3 Prize Fighter stacks on the Luna right now, and it's a Luna Brawler too, who's not even that concerned about core control. Can just really maximize that DPS with Missile Prop plus Prize Fighter, which could become very unplayable if they're not able to keep this core control advantage. And even that, like, look at that. That's a red core secondary from TRAJIIC just because of having so much power. And great pass to Hungry Boy. It's able to get that barrier. Now going to try and pass again, but Twisty's doing a good job staying in the passing lane. Won't be enough to get a good offense, though. A bit of damage found on the Twisty, but a lot of whiffs so far from Hungry Boy are going to lead to a very healthy Twisty, meaning this offense can look in a little bit better for the Rose Petals, but at any moment, TRAJIIC can dash in with that flip.
Yeah, and that would be fatal. And a next level dash punch. But right now, it looks like they're just trying to play for the goal, using the flip right here, getting shut out by the Mako ult, and that's going to be second barrier gotten by Rose Petals with the flip. Twisty has been shepherded to his own goal box, or her own goal box, my apologies. And it's just, again, it looks so hard for Pass to get anything done, right? Rose Petals just has a much easier execution with Estelle Zentaro. They're able to just get it in there, and now that's a Prize Fighter stack gone for TRAJIIC, actually. Things are looking a little rough.
Yeah, it's looking a little tough, looking a little rough, but if anyone can hold this down, it's going to be the Atlas. So we'll see if it gets done, and TRAJIIC immediately spawns in, knows exactly what's about to happen, had one thing in mind, just immediately dashed, was not a frame alive where TRAJIIC was not dashing to find that KO. and they're able to find the goal right afterwards. So that was pretty awesome. I have to say, I must implore, I must inquire.
The TRAJIIC hit the lock-on like aimbot technology, and just like
just switch to MOBA. Wait, while KO, TRAJIIC switched to MOBA controls.
I bet that's what happened. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
Gotta be it.
Yeah, man.
That's gotta be it.
That's gotta be it.
All right, see the pass here. Instead, oh, I like that too, but didn't quite work. Hungry Boy going for some crazy plays, but won't be enough. So we'll have to. I hate saying we'll have to see, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see if they're able to get this barrier or not.
Yeah, both teams sitting on one barrier, just looking to get it through right now.
Whoa!
And bang! That's gonna be past it with the flip on the line. They're gonna be securing this set 3-0 real quick, like off that play. And wow, I would not have expected that. Not at all.
Yeah, a lot of things coming out of the Luna are not what I'm expecting, which is pretty awesome to be honest. And we see a Deadeye here, but there's a perfect form right next to it. So this is where you have to make a decision. Am I scared of perfect form? The answer is nope. We are locking in that Deadeye, doing 1 trillion damage. You can't do infinite damage as Zentaro if you're KO'd or if you take Spark of Resilience, which isn't a bad take. With I believe no Sparks having been shown up so far. All 3 are still in the pool. Although we only have 2 more sets in order to scale up. So like max. Like, no, I don't know if that's the Awakening. I would want to see the Zentaro take. I think I would just take the perfect form and be God. But hey.
I'm thinking that the Spark of Resilience is just great for stagger to try and counteract the damage comp. Obviously, it is the Awakening that gives the most stagger in the game at a whopping, I believe, 450. 450, which is a lot. That's a lot of stagger. Zentaro has max like.
Look, that was from so far away. That dash punch just KO'd from midfield, from cross map. The Deadeye missile prop. TRAJIIC has too many good Awakenings right now. It's looking extremely problematic. I don't know. That's another one, but it's going to be saved by the drum. But in the end, will be KO'd nonetheless. 1 barrier taken. Hungry Boy was looking at the second one, but decided to not. Just it's over. It's over. It's over. It might not be over. It's not over. Let's be clear. It's definitely not over. But it's looking really, really good for Pass right now.
It's not over till I say it's over. I've not said it's over. It's looking hard. The entire game is flipped on its head. This Deadeye has changed the landscape just a little bit.
I've never seen that before. I have never seen that before from a Luna. I've seen X do it. I've seen Julie do it. I've never seen a Luna reverse dash punch off of the line, off of the drum on the middle. That was so cool. TRAJIIC has been a player that's been impressing me for such a long time, and just switching the brawler randomly. Turns out if you can win Strike Wars, you're gonna be good at the brawler role. And maybe you don't even pick real brawlers and you just pick Luna and go crazy because you get to do whatever you want. This is TRAJIIC's just living my dream right now. This is what I want to do one day. Just pick whatever I want, brawler, and go crazy. I think it's every midfielder goalie player's dream. But Mangoes, great job saving that one. Walked all the way back into the deepest crevices of his own gold blocks. But Doxy, there we go, Super Surge, able to slip in and grab that barrier. Now Hungry Boy almost is able to get this barrier, but Luke is going to be able to defend for quite a few cooldowns. TRAJIIC has the dash, is just going to use it for a lot of damage on the Twisty, which means she's going to have to go back and grab that barrier, or grab that orb. But now we'll have to see if someone get a goal. Honestly, I got like dizzy. So I was just like staring at the core, going back and forth a little too long.
It happened to me too. There's so much core speed in this game, and it's just we're in overtimes going back and forth all around, and it's really, and the drums, the taiko, like there are so many factors that are just making this so hard to control. And you know, what I'm always thinking about, imagine being the players. Like, I'm a guy sitting in a chair watching this game. Imagine
imagine playing through this. And I was playing the warm-up games were pretty intense that we were playing. So they've been through a full day plus these crazy warm-up games, and now they have to beat Rose Petals, and both open nets right now. Crazy strike shots, but generally great defense from Mangoes, but it's going to be scary here. A lot of things coming at them, but they're able to clear it out. Some good angles, some good passing plays. Hungry Boy might have to flip here just defensively, and he's just going to hit it straight in. It was looking like was hoping to see TRAJIIC dash and then hit it with the dash. It looks like there's a good synergy there, but Hungry Boy just finds the perfect angle anyway. Luke does have the flip up there, but probably just doesn't think that he needs to use it. Just straight up.
Yeah,
decided to throw it down, but there you go.
Yeah,
whoa.
I mean, if I'm Luke, I can't imagine expecting that specific shot, and also,
wow,
and it went so fast. And again, it's Pass's world, and we're all just living in it.
Yeah,
it might
be TRAJIIC's world, and we're just living in it. Although Hungry Boy grabbed a KO earlier, I mean, everyone's doing their part. They're all playing great. But TRAJIIC just finding some crazy angles. But actually, it's barriers even right now. It is just one more goal, though, for Pass to win this one. But they're once again playing 3 on the same side. But this time, they at the very least have Luna that can dash in, but Twisty's going to be one dashing in instead, grabbing that goal. And the KOs are starting to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, Pass is getting a lot of KOs, but... Hey, welcome to step 2. Now it's time to capitalize on the KOs. And they're able to get both barriers earlier, but again, just like trying to get through Mako on the open net. It's really tough.
Ooh.
Really tough. And that's going to be a double barrier, and that's going to be a flip burned. Luke walking up, even getting active, saying, I'm not stuck to this box. Get me in there. Nothing came of it, but still, that's what we like to see. Really good awareness coming out from Luke. And no!
And we're back. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, TRAJIIC able to find... Oh, and a strike war. Luke not going to flip once again. That's just going to be like 2 whole points without using flip. But there we go. We finally see it. Use the counter to Hungry Boy flip. Now it's going to be another double open barrier situation. But Hungry Boy strikes through 2 people to find the same shot that he was able to find earlier on to Luke. And that's going to be a second set victory. We do have that spark scaling that Twisty's hoping for, and there is only 1 spark here. So if Twisty's able to grab that, it's going to be a pretty annoying possible 4th set draft. But they do have to make it all the way there, and that spark of focus needs to make it all the way to Twisty.
Right. If I'm Mangoes Yummy right now, I'm saying spark of focus. Looking a little good, but TRAJIIC going to be the one picking it up instead.
Shot. Wait, yeah, TRAJIIC going to deny it.
Yeah,
this makes a lot of sense.
Mangoes. Yeah.
So you can look at like the rapid fire and say like, oh, we could give rapid fire to TRAJIIC, but honestly, like I bet if you do the math, spark of focus is like pretty similar in the DPS increase as rapid fire because it's all 3 abilities, getting that CDR. So it's quite a smart play to have TRAJIIC take that and then allow Mangoes to just get hot shot, which is just such a great awakening on the Atlas, who already has Twin Drive Unstoppable stacks. So I really like that. Really a big fan of how they drafted there. And but it's hard to defend versus Zentaro plus Estelle. So they are going to lose their barriers, but they are going to find 2 KOs, 1 off stagger, 1 off knockback. But how are they going to get through Luke is the question, and they were able to get the strike shot out, and after that was out, it's looking really grim. That's so much damage, and it's TRAJIIC just dashing in. Just a little bit of help from that spark of focus maybe. Got able to have 2 primaries off in that power play, along with the secondary that was used to get a KO onto Twisty. Still comes back just in time to get that goal. And just the pressure is so good. These ults from TRAJIIC are just so much pressure going in. Hungry Boy might be able to grab a barrier here. There's 3 people there. It would be really hard to get through, but the help of Mangoes supporting from the back is a 3v3 offense. Now you don't see it very often, but Hungry Boy TP's in. Doesn't strike too early. Learned his mistake earlier. Don't want to strike too early on that, or you might cancel your primary, or your strike, basically. But there's another great ult from TRAJIIC. Has flip again. Probably going to pass it, Hungry Boy. Yep, there we go. But still nothing found. Oxy extremely low, but no KOs found. All of the cooldowns used in attempts to find them as well is a little scary. TRAJIIC using 2 cooldowns there as well means this defense is going to be even harder to pull off, but Hungry Boy finds a great outwards clear and is now trying to find a goal, but it's going to be Twisty who's finding this last barrier instead. Tragic's flying in. They haven't been able to find a KO in quite a while. Luke is extremely low. He's going to walk up and flip. Megas is going to clear out with speed. Twisty's going to grab the core, but it's just not enough. No one's finding anything. Almost an own goal. Who's going to be the one that finished that off, but it's not quite. But there's a great pass to Twisty with that passive dash to finish off that point, and it does feel like that Rose Petals have to work so hard, but through all the damage, through all the KOs, they're starting to rebuild their stacks and find their way through this set.
Yeah, I mean, I can just imagine TRAJIIC right now frothing at the mouth looking for a KO. Just anything. But that's going to be an egoist proc for Twisty. You picked up Rampage last draft. I didn't even notice. TRAJIIC going in for the kill, but has 4 Rampage stacks now. A little large. Looking a little big. Which could be a pretty big deal. It's just getting all of these really easy strikes, strike wars, to strike wins, and TRAJIIC again just hasn't found a kill in a bit, and it's like definitely looking for them. But
yeah,
it's tough. Rose Petals are playing around the damage and the KO threat a lot better now.
Yeah, Doxy's actually bounced off of that bottom drum twice now, which would have resulted in KOs, but interesting play there. Twisty able to time that. I think timed the passive strike to actually beat Atlas Primary. I'm not sure if Atlas Primary just whiffed, but it kind of felt like it was timed to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, good goal from Twisty. But there's the KO off kickoff from TRAJIIC. That's what they need to have happen or to get these barriers, but instead are going to lose one immediately. There's the first one. Luke is going to once again lose both barriers while having flip. And this is not the time to lose when you are on map set, or not really, but you've got, I guess there's worse times, but it's not a good time, you know, it's definitely not a good time.
It's never a good time.
That's true. It is never a good time, as opposed to it always being a good time, which is a different complete song completely, but great bounce off of the drum from TRAJIIC to send that one in, just a complete, like, crazy angle.
Right.
Yeah, a little Taiko moment, but I believe it was on purpose, and it worked out really well for them. If they can find a K on to Twisty here, who has no evade right now, that could be huge, but not going to quite happen. TRAJIIC ends up hitting the core instead. So, going to be a little bit slower on the damage once again, which means their offense is also going to be a little bit slower. And a great evade from Twisty to dodge that damage, but TRAJIIC still has the ult. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Go, Ian. We'll have to see.
I'm looking right now. Twisty is low. That was a great play from Hungry Boy in the corner with the ult, getting it in there, and just like using it and its core speed to 1v3 right through. Both Doxy and Twisty are incredibly low. Things are getting dangerous. TRAJIIC drops one ability on either of them, and they blow up. And there's one. Great dodge coming out from Twisty though with the Oni's blade. Really good. And grabs the orb too. Things are looking up. And as well, Twisty is still really low. Doxy recovered all of her stagger, but now TRAJIIC is low. Hey, and we're out of the turntables. Yep, we made it around.
So true, so true. TRAJIIC is able to grab that orb though, so at the turntables once again. Twisty is going to get hit. Great combination play. Hungry Boy hits Twisty into the center of TRAJIIC's ult in order to grab that, and then a great pass into a secondary for the speed. It's going to lead into the map 1 finishing up pass are going to look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm ready to stop casting pass on Taiko. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
these games are stressful.
They are stressful. At like any point, it feels like they can just lose to like not getting a KO. But yeah, TRAJIIC with 12 of them. That is more 12 KOs, almost 1 for each goal. They got that game. Pro was proven to be a solid enough win condition. Missile prop start. Picked 3 characters good with missile prop. Well, the Atlas went stacks, which is also pretty good on Atlas. But when you have that damage versus stack start, and you're the damage team, once you find those KOs, you just took away one of their awakenings, which is really, really scary, because now that you have a great awakening that does a ton of damage, helps in sometimes core speed, sometimes more range on your abilities, while your opponent just has no stacks. So really like how they went about this one. TRAJIIC had way more options for scoring with the Luna than the Julie, which is kind of ironic. It was also able to find more dash punch KOs on the Luna as opposed to the Julie. So maybe this is what they should have picked. I mean, for straight up, they could have kept the Atlas, but I also think, obviously, Vice Luna is just a gruesome comp. You have the Vice and Luna just taking away evades from the opponents for each other, so that they can hit them with these nasty combos with their abilities. And you can tell from the 43 and the 49k damage that they're looking quite good. Also sharing similar redirects, 246 to 243 between Hungry Boy and TRAJIIC. Just really playing a double midfield comp, despite TRAJIIC definitely playing a little bit more brawlery of the two. But being able to switch on a dime due to them both having so much midfield experience and Hungry Boy having like really all role experience is, and TRAJIIC, like both of them, I mean. So really cool combination. I like to see these two players play together, and I'm hoping to see more in a little bit on Clarion. What do you think, Ian?
I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see some wacky things from past. I've given up trying to like expect like maybe this time they'll pick some like normal picks. It's whatever. They're making it work. The
Well, we can find out. Let's find out.
Luna Brawler. Yeah, got in there.
Ooh,
Oh, we're finding out
wow.
fast.
Rose Petals banning the Zentaro on perfect form start. Just are saying like,
Interesting.
even though you could give it to us and that would be our second best brawler pick, we would rather you guys not have it as much and us not getting either Kazan or Zen, which are Twisty's two signature picks right now, for sure. But I mean, Twisty's just a solid player, so I'm not really too worried, especially assuming that Rasmus is going in the direction of Twisty, of Twisty being like having an issue of not being on one of those two characters. I do think it's a little overblown. It's pretty crazy. Like everyone's so scared of the Twisty Kazan, I feel like, but I don't know if that's really the number one place to target on this team. We'll it's worked out for pass so far. It does help a lot. It might be like also like it maybe Mangoes just really doesn't like playing against Kazan. So why have your goalie play a matchup they don't like if you don't have to, and you're really not as that worried about them locking in something like the Rasmus. But I'm a little surprised we didn't just see the return of the Estelle. I definitely thought the Estelle was doing a lot of good things last game. I think it's quite good on perfect form start. I think it goes really, really well with the Rasmus, but instead we're seeing Doxy pull out this Kai, which we have seen before on this map. It's actually how one of the reasons Rose Petals has gone this far was Doxy picking Kai on this map. So probably a big reason they're going to pick it now. But we do see the Vice of perfect form reappearing. Hungry Boy seems to really like this pick. So
yeah, definitely, and he looked really good on it last game. Spectacular. My question is, and it's probably Mangoes on the Mako, but what is TRAJIIC playing? You know,
yeah,
either Mako or Asher.
It's got to be
looking
Asher.
like Asher.
Yeah, it's definitely Asher. I know what you mean, though. I know exactly what you mean.
Hey, and like I'm upset again because the time I said I'm done expecting a normal comp from pass, they pick a normal comp.
They do pick a normal comp, and I don't know if I like it that much, really. I don't think the
Yeah.
Vice fits in here very well. Like Vice Asher can deal a lot of damage. Mako can help out too if someone's low. Can just throw the primary at them. You can use your secondary to make up for your lack of core control in your damage comp, but it's still like kind of iffy because like they have an Atlas who's just going to be healing more. So do you
Yeah.
really have the time to be looking for KOs with Vice? The answer is maybe. Maybe.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, but Hungry Boy, very familiar with the pick. I definitely agree. I think Vice midfield is a pick. I guess Vice goalie too. You have to build your team around that because Vice is a very, very direct game plan, and if you don't play to it, you're just playing like a worse any other midfielder because you just have fewer tools. So you have to play for that damage win condition or lose. And I think the Asher is not a bad start, but I'm not going to say I like the Luna more, but I like the synergy that they had and were able to pull off. And then Mako is a great character that you can slot into just about any comp. But again, it's not more damage, which is a little iffy. If Mangoes can just hold infinitely and let Hungry Boy and TRAJIIC just play their game of kill
Which
people.
is how they like to play damage. It's not really which is how they played it last game, for example. It's just that forward duo does all the damage while someone holds it down. But not being the Atlas is, I do think, significantly different. I'm really surprised that Mangoes didn't end up picking Atlas here, but I guess they just believe Atlas not as good on this map and Mako is a little bit better, which is fair. I think there's reasons to believe that. So we'll find out, but Atlas, no stranger to having like really good performances on this map versus really good teams. Demons Raw and Sad Boys both almost one almost losing and one straight up losing a game in NASL too in Atlas just on this map. So been scary, but we see Doxy getting really low, so the damage is working out quite a bit.
Yeah.
They have the increased CDs to help out with themselves as well. Also, before I forget, and I'm sorry because I've been talking for a while, but we have to talk about this rivalry of Luke versus Hungry Boy. Former teammates on LLC, but now turned against each other in the ring. In the battle for landing.
Yeah, in the last match before qualifying for landing, the former teammates for friends to enemies real quick, and it looks like Luke is coming ahead right now on this point. Rose Petal is going to be taking that one, and yeah, it's definitely strange that both these players, split apart to their own teams and now are facing off in the last match of Liftoff. But wow, Rose Petals are here to play, absolutely, and it's looking really good. Something interesting that I want to mention is that all members of Pass took perfect form, which makes sense and is really good. But Doxy and Twisty both took Spark of Agility and have that Spark scaling. And I think that's pretty interesting, pretty important. I don't know if they both had to take it, because obviously perfect form's really good, but it's working out. They're getting barriers, they're getting goals. Maybe it's the wave.
Yeah, I can't just stop thinking about how I feel like if Hungry Boy locks in Aimi, their comp is just so much better, I think. But
yeah.
All good. It wouldn't be Pass if they didn't just. If low-key, this was more troll than any of their comps so far. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Their damage has been very good so far. They found a lot of success in a lot of certain ways. But Twisty with that KO and Luke with the immediate heal just completely undo all of the progress that Pass had at that point. So now they have to find a way to score or just defend versus Twisty with cooldowns, who only used a single primary to find that KO. When you're playing damage and get KO'd, it usually dispels the end because you usually got KO'd by knockback, which is exactly what happened there. Doxy's going to break through. Twisty's not going to be able to win a really tough strike war. And also melee range just doesn't have that many tools. But now Hungry Boy is the one who's staggered despite playing device. Gets a KO onto Doxy, who's invisible somehow. Twisty going to lose that strike war to Hungry Boy. And maybe we can turn this point around from the perspective of Pass, but it's going to be Doxy coming online. It will be the barrier taken at a really slow speed. Luke just not expecting to get back that far, or that fast. But now it's TRAJIIC and Hungry Boy. It's going to be hard. We need to get the core to TRAJIIC, who's ready in melee range. But there's an ult from Hungry Boy to find another KO, but the core's not going to get there. We see the pass to Hungry Boy. TRAJIIC trying to set up for a pass. But Hungry Boy wants to go to the corner, which Luke is able to defend. And now, once again, Doxy's been KO'd twice, I believe, this point. But it hasn't been enough. It just hasn't been enough. TRAJIIC isn't really stepping up into the net in order to be like the last person to shove. Is playing a lot like he was in the Luna game, where he was just kind of staying back, waiting for his opportunity to pounce. But he doesn't have that same option as Asher. So he needs to adjust his playstyle, like, soon, because they just don't have a way to score right now with just Hungry Boy being the one playing solo, unless something crazy like that happens, I guess. My bad.
And that's where Mangoes Are Yummy steps in. Come on, amateur hour. Am I right? This guy, it doesn't get the goalie sometimes got to put it in. But no, I definitely agree. I think TRAJIIC's got to get in there, get in the enemy goal box real quick, because
like
the Asher.
swimwear.
like swimwear, they say, because the Asher really excels at just winning interactions on the line, and you know, like hanging out in the midfield is fine, but someone has to be out there to score. Someone got to do score real quick, and it can't always be your goalie, you know.
It can't, unless it can't. I mean, we'll start counting.
we'll start
it's just
counting.
eight more, and Mangoes could get every single KO. But great play from Hungry Boy to grab that barrier. TRAJIIC doing a good job of not striking first to allow Hungry Boy to set up in time. But once again, another KO from Twisty, just hitting the primary on someone a little bit too close to the wall. But TRAJIIC is just low-key farming cooldowns too. Yep, he's going to find a KO there as well with that perfect form by ulting to center and then using all abilities on it, which is a really kind of funny interaction. But now we're going to flip in the corner. It looked impossible, but TRAJIIC just hit the craziest angle. My bad. Okay, my bad. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Sit down, Mr. Caster. You're not familiar with this guy's game.
I'm not,
TRAJIIC
man.
just has it like that. And I keep not believing.
It like that. Oh,
I saw that exact same situation and was like, this whip doesn't go in. And then TRAJIIC hit the angle of a lifetime, got a little bit of help from Hungry Boy, and then it went in. And then I said, that flip will be going in. Hey, you know what? That all being said, the net is open for pass. Luke is walking up. Things are getting a little scary for the pass team right here, as they've got a quite the mountain to climb if they want to win this point and this set. And Twisty and Doxy are posted up, looking to make something happen, but good ult coming out from TRAJIIC, putting on a lot of pressure, and Hungry Boy just has to get it through right now, try to make something happen. Good flip coming out from TRAJIIC. That's one.
I don't know if that's a good that flip. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like flipping cross map for a single barrier when you have an open net. Personally, but maybe. I mean, every time I've doubted TRAJIIC, he's always proved me wrong. So we'll have to see. As they say. But nope, we'll go in eventually. Twisty will find that 1v1 and win it quite well. And that's going to be another first set. Not LLC. Pass has been here before, but a little strange of a set for sure. And there's the spark of strength. I don't really know how we're going to see it's a draft approach. So that, yeah, we do see the spark of strength denied. There's a big fish on the table. That's definitely going to be grabbed. And now, yeah, on hot shot. So really interesting draft here. Everyone gets something good. Everyone got something pretty dang good. Hungry Boy, even the spark of strength, just adding 24 power is quite nice.
That's
and
a
it
lot.
means for the rest of the game, you can deny sparks and get 20 more power. So yeah, and stuff like that will happen. Good. Although low-key Doxy just walked into the purple and died, but sometimes you gotta drink the purple.
Well, TRAJIIC's drinking it up right now, and look what happens. It's sometimes you gotta swear off the purple. It's like the ball's there, and you're like, I've got to hit the ball, but sometimes you lose all of your health, and then people start hitting you, and you say, wait a minute. Oh, hold on, how did this happen? Great strike shot from Mango.
Yeah, able to save it from Hungry Boy's advance or D-Vance. I guess. I don't know.
No, the malicious supernova strikes once more.
Yeah, malicious supernova. Good secondary from Hungry Boy, denies the orb, but Twisty runs back to grab another one. But now Doxy staggered once again. We'll see if they'll find a way to KO, but great block by Twisty, prevents the barrier from possibly being taken and grabs one of her own. And now it's TRAJIIC with the flip to try to find it again from half court, but not quite going to find it. Mangoes is not going to be forced to flip, but will do it nonetheless to give TRAJIIC an offensive opportunity, but it's just not going to result in anything. And now once we in overtime, it's not as easy to just find KOs via damage because of how fast the core is moving. Everyone has to kind of move back a little bit and just kind of respect their opponents that much more, especially Luke, who's hitting the core really, really fast on the Atlas, has the perfect form as well to get just so many cooldowns off of every cool ability, including ult. So just overall really, really scary I don't really know how TRAJIIC's going to win this 1v1 versus Luke. It's definitely possible, more possible than other matchups, but as long as Luke has a cooldown, it's going to be tough. So Twisty's just going to primary that one in for what feels like the third time this game. Just that primary to the bottom.
Yeah, just going to tap it in right there. Good for par, and really, this is looking like Rose Petal's game to win. They have a, it comes back to comp. Pass comp just looks really hard, but again, they just don't have someone posted up, get in the box and start winning these interactions. They have this really solid double midfield synergy going on, and I think it's helping them stay in the game a lot. But it's really hard to advance the win condition of putting the core in the net, and now. And also, Rose Petals just keeps getting both their barriers really quickly. I think it's because they've got characters that are really good at core control. They show up and they get the barriers, and now they have to get through Mako scoring. It's gonna be a long game.
Yeah, this
is what I've decided right now.
My eyes are getting a little. Okay, good job,
yeah,
Hungry Boy grabs that barrier. Yeah.
And again, think about the players feel. They've been doing this all day.
I mean, if I'm this tired watching this, imagine how tired the players must be. But they're finding ways in. They're finding ways to keep it in the corner, which is very important for this Asher. It's not an easy task for a Vice to just be able to keep it in the corner without tools like Lich Pop in order to keep it stable, to cover the cross, without tools like Speed in order to just kind of keep core control. But either way, Hungry Boy's going to find ways to make it work. As a goal is found, the strike shot just whiffing by a little bit.
Yeah, I hate to see it. Not necessarily curse of strike shot, but curse of strike shot application. Just barely not going to hit there, and we're on the orb map, and it's looking pretty low. Looks like it's going to be taken by Doxy with the barrage. Big Kai in the building, looking to get something done, but barrier's still up for pass. No, holding strong. The pass just also hasn't really been getting the damage out, which again goes back to what you said. And the Vice has to play in such a specific way to like balance CDs for core control and for damage and everything, and most of them have just been for core control. And
yeah, I'm not gonna let pass troll their draft. It's not unwinnable, and Rose Petals are executing extremely well, and it's because they're able to execute this well that the draft has become a little looking like it's not very good. It's just like the two speed characters of Doxy and Twisty. This is something we saw before, I believe from, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was PLX earlier that we watched, and we watched some teams succeed very well with the Kai plus Rasmus, just able to kind of have two players that are able to just break through the whole other team on their own using their abilities. But now this time, it's Twisty and Doxy doing it, and they're both doing a really good job. But they are able to find a KO, and by they, I mean Pass are able to find a KO, which is going to lead to a barrier. And they have a flip to set up the next one. This is one of their best maps, if I had to guess. But the flip is not going to end up KOing Doxy. But the walk into the center, I believe from TRAJIIC, was able to put that one in. Credit goes to Hungry Boy, but the Brawler did get it done.
The Brawler got it done there, and sometimes it takes a little bit of creativity, and that's what we've been seeing in abundance from TRAJIIC. Always a delight. He keeps just pulling out crazy, like just these crazy angles all the time, and hey, if they just farm 7 more of those, you know, they go to landing. Problem is, it's so much harder to get done than your average Asher. Today I'm gonna hit primary on the goalie and win. Like, yeah, big, but yeah, obviously it's very effective. And we're on the bounce house, and we're gonna be on the bounce house for a little bit unless something catastrophic happens. Yeah,
0.5 bounce house. I mean, you love to see it. Again, it is again. I wonder how all that works with if like you can ever I wonder if you can get like the same map twice. But oh, Luke is gonna, I think, whiff a strike shot or something and end up not being able to save that one. Great secondary from Mangoes is gonna keep that one alive. Now Hungry Boy is gonna put in the like impressive angles on the strikes to keep the bounces in, and TRAJIIC's gonna flip that one in, and through what we thought would be an impossible point. They're able to get through. TRAJIIC and Hungry Boy, just a crazy duo. Found these crazy barriers for crazy goals.
Yep, Deadeye, Stacks, Fighter Flight, all great awakenings on the board, but Hungry Boy has Spark of Strength and might just be picking up Spark of Resilience to deny. Gonna take the Fighter Flight instead, leaving the Sparks up, or perhaps getting Mangoes to deny it, but
team player,
not happening.
Take team player, take team player, take team player. Thank you. Okay, we're not seeing the Deadeye Asher technology brought out, which is honestly a little surprising to me. I think it would probably be really good to be brought out right here. If you do not know, I still don't really get how it works, but Asher can trigger Deadeye off of primary and secondary. So
you gotta dash and then
and ult.
Yeah. Oh, true. But you gotta dash and then, as some people say, punch. And if you go far enough from where you casted the primary, you can proc Deadeye. It's pretty good. I like the twin drive pickup for things like that right there. You just have more secondaries, which you can strike secondary to confirm your strike on Asher, and it makes it a lot easier for forcing things in. You know, like the goalie sitting there like, thank God I got to the primary, impossible. And the secondary, I just have to worry about the ult now, and then a secondary comes down, and you're like, GG, sorry. But really, I think it's good for TRAJIIC and how they're playing, because it's another ability that TRAJIIC can use to get in there, cover the distance from sitting back, and then move forward. And TRAJIIC right now, kind of going on a tear.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Pass have just been on a tear for these 2 points in a row, pretty much. Just have been going absolutely super style mode, epically moment. I'm out.
Retweet.
I'm out.
Hey.
But they are going to lose both pairs actually, so it is turning around quite quickly. Doxy able to get that get her health back up as well. Now looking for a pass to Hungry Boy probably, but not going to be quite found. But now Hungry Boy needs to get through two people. We'll kind of find a way around, but TRAJIIC not in a great spot in order to help. Going to dash into that expanse. Going to force the flip out. Good play from Twisty. Now they can score if they get a 1v1. But it's not going to happen. Now it's going to be Mangoes. Aryami passing Hungry Boy. I don't know. There's a lot of the same going on right now. We see the backwards primary from Twisty. Isn't going to result in much happening. Doxy really low. Hungry Boy keeps the speed on that strike. Flip from cross map is going to go really, really fast. We have the team player in overtime. This is why it's such a good pickup, is you get this late in this game and it gets a little crazy. Hungry Boy tries to strike flip, but the flip comes out a little late. Not really going to even deal that much damage. So tough spot, but great strike war from Hungry Boy on the line. It's going to help out on that defense. TRAJIIC gets a pass to Hungry Boy, and that's going to force it in. A little sandwich from Luke's own expanse with TRAJIIC's ult. The pass splitter is going to just kind of combo that core in. Great plays all around, but again, I really think this team player is going to turn up really huge for this team. It's already good on Mako because when you have that passive strike, you're already red coring it. But in OT, just every strike's a red core. And that's a little OP. It's a little OP, but they are losing both berries.
Yeah, I think something I noticed that point, long as it was, is that Twisty picking up 2 sparks, one of them being resilience, means that she's immortal. Twisty will not be dying. And that's really cramping the vice here, because obviously, right, they're out there to do some KOing. Now, Doxy has 1400 stagger. That's a much lower number than 2475.
That was a crazy bounce.
Yeah, that all being said, holy mole, Pass came to play this set.
Yeah, I mean, really, I can't tell you. I couldn't tell you what switched, but something was just turned down and Pass headquarters, and they all decided we are the exception. And now they're going pretty crazy. This is going to go Mach 10. Low-key, you just strike through Twisty. I doubt she can react that fast to that the
my
flip
God.
plus team player. I doubt anyone can, to be clear. But Yeah, damage coming out all around. Still not really enough. Doxy, a good evade on that Vice secondary. But yeah, now TRAJIIC is just trying to bring the core up so that Hungry Boy can put it in, which has kind of been how they've been playing for a while. But it works. It's been working. It's been working.
It's been working.
And now it's OT.
Yeah, now it's OT. This is Pass's domain right here.
Oh, mangoes!
Get a little spooky there.
Yeah, 2 crazy strike wars. Hungry Boy kind of saves that in a pretty impressive way. TRAJIIC using that twin drive, has that secondary. I've used it again, but not really quite going to find something. Another great strike from Mangoes. Getting these, like, really, like, no time allowed, no mistake allowed, or there's no room for error. That's what I'm looking for. Shots on, or shots defended, I should say. And now here we see the team player. Pass, boom! TRAJIIC's able to put that one in. Eventually they'll get this flip, and TRAJIIC is, well, as we've seen, really good at finding these crazy angles.
Yeah, give TRAJIIC a core flip, and it's over. Give TRAJIIC a catalyst, and it might be even more over. That's a very, very big pickup. Almost definitely going to see that taken, and I'm going to start talking at length if it's not. And Egoist, it's similar. It's not quite the same, but now TRAJIIC's going to get a huge burst of speed every flip, which, we were just talking about TRAJIIC getting flip being game-winning, stack a little bit of Egoist on top of that. Yeah, Catalyst is going to fall all the way to Doxy on 4th.
You also just gave Twisty 3 sparks, kind of for fun.
3 sparks hotshot is pretty scary.
Mango's having a Dash Awakening is pretty good too, but I don't know if I would allow the 3rd spark to fall. But hey, I'm not Pass. I'm not in this match. And they were able to play a really dominant last set, despite all of my criticisms of their composition. So maybe I just gotta, put the words out of the mouth that aren't inflammatory, and just start saying what's happening on screen. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And what I'm saying is a little bit of Egoist action. Which actually, I've never noticed on Asher. You drop an ult, infinite energy farm, obviously, and then you get Egoist. And that might be why the
era of Brawler. It's like the era of Brawler.
It's like era of Brawler. Don't ever say that to me.
Oh, just completely just ate that person. That was kind of awesome.
Completely consumed.
Yeah.
2800 stagger does not matter if you get dash punched. And that's an unfortunate fact of life. 522
base speed, 2800 stack. Yeah, it looks ridiculous, but yeah, statistic.
Yeah. But another dash punch is coming
Doxy, yeah, keep hitting me. Let's see if I care. I'm getting healed out of the wazoo, and then it went away.
and then terrible news.
Yeah, maybe the worst news.
Yeah, power play for Pass only netted them 1 barrier. Doxy looking a little low though, grabs the orb, take it all back. Atlas
there's another ult.
Again.
That was like 2 seconds ago. Extra special plus perfect form, looking quite nice. And TRAJIIC just straight up accidentally killing Doxy there. I think it was mainly towards the core. I'm sure there was some intention of also dealing damage there, but works out quite well. And Hungry Boy's just gonna put that one in, and we are on match in series point, landing qualification point as well.
Yeah, I wanna point out how well Hungry Boy played that point there, getting the barrier by passing to TRAJIIC and then warping in to on top of the barrier with the secondary and then confirming it. Really well played into getting the flip, and just immaculate play coming out from Hungry Boy.
Honestly,
we got the Hungry Boy glazing squad out here.
Yeah, I've been great glazing Hungry Boy all game. We've been glazing TRAJIIC all game. Mangoes just had some crazy saves, and this whole game has had some crazy saves. Had some pretty crazy strike wars earlier too. I was kind of commenting on, but Mangoes has had a really great game, which I really love to see after some small. Not that Mangoes had bad games earlier, but had some mistakes that were point losing. And that just sucks to feel that way when you know that was a mistake you didn't have to make. But this game, not having those same errors, great clear once again by Mangoes to Hungry, who sees that clear as well and teleports to that spot, is able to get that barrier as well from that positioning. The pass isn't going to be quite through, but Mangoes with the support sends down the ult and snare drums. Could be enough to push it forward, but it's not quite. Hungry Boy taken out of the play. But Mango's not in a high-pressure situation, really. They have time to set this up. They have the overtime team player speed. TRAJIIC is moving a little bit quickly, too. So all of this could come together into a goal. We have the flip. Going to have to force a flip to keep it out. Hungry Boy does flip into the barrage, but the core is moving quite quickly. It's a little bit scary to strike into there, but they do it anyway. TRAJIIC is looking for a dash, but isn't going to quite get it. We see the flip, backs up the flip and dip. I kind of respect it, to be honest, there, after you don't get that first time when you wanted. But now TRAJIIC's about to get flipped once again with the egoist speed. Tries to even get a KO onto Luke off of it, but isn't going to quite find it. Uses the flip to get to Hungry Boy. Hungry Boy probably has primary here, but doesn't really see an angle to use it, or didn't have it at all. And is not... Oh, there's the primary. Isn't able to get through. Pass to TRAJIIC. Has the stun going on, and that's going to be pass as your final landing team.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. Poetic, honestly, for this team to be winning off a pass. But that's going to be... pass moving straight to landing off what we were criticizing as a terrible dog water dumpster comp. Not that bad.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. It turns out Mako speed is pretty good.
Mako's speed's pretty nice.
Asher getting size and speed is pretty good. And Vice getting rid of all their evades and doing 56,000 damage. And Asher doing 52,000 damage is pretty good. It turns out getting 50 more redirects, 60 more redirects than your opposing midfielder is pretty good. So just and have probably able to match that Kai speed with the Mako is what I imagine a lot of that midfield being. But yeah, I mean, Hungry Boy's a beast. Really happy, really excited for that guy to be in. Landing and possibly NASL. We'll have to see tomorrow. Make sure you're there for that. But TRAJIIC and Mangoes as well have had a great run last season on pass. They took us out of a weekly. They took Bang Bang out of a weekly before. Although that was without Hungry Boy. A little bit of a different roster. It's just they've been a team that's been on the up and up for a long time, and I'm really excited to see their performance tomorrow in landing.
Yeah, definitely. But Liftoff is concluding. Both these teams have been playing. Hey, this was the Rose Petals first, not Game 3, which is insane. Both these teams finally get to rest, but we're not done yet. Hit them with the OxyClean. We've got the landing draft coming up next, where the 4 teams waiting and landing right now are going to be picking the 4 teams that they'll be facing off against tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. And so we are going to be... tomorrow! We're going to be getting to that shortly. Quick break. Fudgy and I will not be here. We've served our purpose. But I'm looking forward to it. You guys better be looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too, if anyone was wondering.
I mean, thank God. I was nervous that you were going to say I'm actually not looking forward to it, and then well, you know what happens next. Anyway, we're done here. Done stalling. Stay tuned for the draft. Going to be very exciting. Bye. See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Liftoff broadcast. Landing is tomorrow in just a few hours. Just 15 hours. That's crazy. Today went 10 hours almost. But we're here with 4 of the teams that will be participating in the defending side. EKC, Calm, PP Legends, and Bomba Roulette, formerly Last Call. And the first pick of this landing draft will go to EKC Sosorin. Who are you selecting?
Modern Magic.
Okay. That'll
Yeah.
be who EKC faces off against in Group 1. And next up are the Cosmic Calamities. So 3Z Breezy, viewable through Gramella's camera. What are you looking at?
We're going to go with Ember's Flame.
And next up is Bomba Roulette, Frightfully Fresh. Only 2 teams left. Who are you picking?
This one's going to be more of a selfish pick, just because I'm confident that we'll make it back into NASL. But if we end up losing, the team I want to lose to is RTF, so we're going to pick RTF.
Ooh. Pick to lose. Never thought of that one.
Not pick to lose, pick to be happy no matter what.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice cope.
That means the team left over is Pass. And Alex, did you expect that?
I'm going to be honest, I came in with no expectations. I'm just having fun with Rivals right now. I'm having a
Okay.
good time.
Hey, you want to play after?
I
I'm
could.
gonna-
Oh yeah, that's what I've been playing lately.
Well, see you tomorrow for landing.
This was awesome. This was awesome. I'm glad
Wow.
I was here.
Yeah, excited for,
Holy
meeting us.
moly!
The illusion of choice.
Wait, 2 teams from Group 1 are going to make NASL? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wait,
That's
guys,
crazy.
did I miss out on Nasty?
That's crazy. Fresh? That's crazy. All I'm going to say,
What?
that's crazy. 1 team with NASL players is not going to make it. That's crazy. From last season.
Well,
That's crazy.
see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.
I guess Froggy too. Yeah. I guess Froggy's a NASL player, but he kind of retired and he came back, so he doesn't count.
Okay, goodbye for real this time.
Okay.